Hello, everyone. We're here seeking truth, and we're here with Crystal Bishop, and she was one of the ladies that shared her testament. You said testament instead of testimony during this retreat this weekend, and we look forward to hearing about your verse that you had.
All right. So the verse that I used was Matthew 8:23-27. And he got into the boat, his disciples followed him. Suddenly a violent storm arose on the sea, so that the boat was being swamped by the waves. But he was asleep. So the disciples came and woke him up, saying, "Lord, save us, we're going to die." But he said to them, "Why are you fearful, you of little faith?" He got up, he rebuked the winds and the seas, and there was a great calm. The men were amazed and asked, "What kind of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him?"
You know, I think when you were sharing that verse in the last part of it, he goes, "What kind of man is this?" I mean, it's like they knew who he was, right? And then all of a sudden they acted like they didn't. You know, and I guess, does that happen to us? I think it does.
Yeah.
We know who he is. He's there beside us. He gets us through that storm, and then the next time we come up, we're like, ah, right? The fear factor.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So with this verse, like, with your testament and everything, what was like the main point you wanted everyone to get from?
Well, I was kind of the end. So I was today's speaker, and so after all the testimonies that you heard, and just I won't lean into them, but there was a lot of just things that had to be overcome, and a lot of storms. We called them fires, because our theme was beauty from ashes. So and a lot of those things, and I just felt like we needed to remember that he's in the boat. And even though the storms are raging around us and things are not going the way we think that they should, we don't need to be questioning who he is and what his purpose is in it. Because even when we think he's sleeping, he's not sleeping. Yeah. And he has full control over all things, including the wind and the waves. So.
Yes, grateful for that.
That is a good verse. That was it, and I loved your connection of all of that to our own lives as well. And so I guess if I wanted to share that with someone, I could. I mean, it's simple as that. He's right there. He was with the disciples, he's with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one thing to be able to tell somebody, but for them to actually experience it is a whole other thing. Like, you can hear from people growing up in church that, oh yeah, Jesus is with me all the time, and I can feel his presence, or even when he's not there, like, he's there with you. Like, you can hear that all the time, but sure, whatever. But when he actually like shows up, well, I shouldn't say he shows up, he's always there, but like when he shows his like power,
he shows out, right?
He shows out. He's always showing up, and then when he shows out, like, he is there's nothing like that. And to feel his peace in the midst of those storms is,
for sure,
there's nothing to describe it fully. Like, you can describe it as much as you can, like, but it's,
and I think sometimes it's just the acknowledgement, like, that we have to acknowledge that he's in that storm with us, and when we do acknowledge it, then we get to see his power. And when we think, he's just sleeping, and we leave that, we don't have that faith, and it ends up, we miss out on that miracle or that blessing of power. So
we choose to focus on him. We have to make that choice.
I think that I could even use that in talking to someone about a trial they're going through, or even my own trial that maybe, because we go through trials all the time. Hey, if we have Jesus, that doesn't mean it gets easier, right? No. We just have a buddy beside us. But I think
we have a way. Where some people don't have that way because they don't understand him and acknowledge him as the way.
That's right. And so we have to keep that Jesus joy in the midst of those troubles. And I think that being able to tell somebody, it's just like when Jesus, was in the boat with the disciples. I think I don't think I'll forget that. Yeah, I like that. So I think that's a good sort of little story, that analogy that I can use. Sometimes it's nice to have those little tidbits that I call them nuggets, those little gold nuggets that we can use when we're trying to support somebody else. Because when we've been supported, we in turn, and there's a verse in, I think it's in Corinthians, I think it's in 2 Corinthians 1:4, I think it is. And it talks about when we go through something and we have God to go through it, then we are in turn able to help somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then also not only help them, but help them see Jesus.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why he asks us to give him the glory, because, you know, just like when he was walking and all the people were saying, you know, why is this person, what did they do that made them blind?
Yeah.
What did their parents do? And he said,
Yeah.
no, it was for this moment right here,
That's
so that
right.
I could get the glory in it. That's why
right.
they had that trial.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And there's another one, Lazarus. Remember, he didn't go to him for like 4 days,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Well, why didn't you come? Why didn't you come?
Just
Why didn't
healed
you
his
come?"
sickness. Why
Yeah.
didn't
You
you heal his
didn't even
sickness?
have to show up. You could have
Yeah,
done
you
it from
just
where you
said-
were.
That's right. That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
But instead, he wanted the Father to be glorified,
Yeah.
and so that's what our weekend, I think, that's
Wow.
part of
Yeah.
really what it was about, was
Yeah.
glorifying Him in what we said and did,
Yeah.
and I think we accomplished that.
Mhm.
I hope.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
so. I think so. Well, Crystal, thank you
You're welcome.
for coming and talking with
You're
us.
welcome.
And we will have 3 or 4 more. I think, what, 3 more?
3 more.
3, 4 more. Anyway, we're going to have some more to share with you. So it was good to be able to be with you this weekend and today.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you,
So
ladies.
we will catch you the next time. See you later.
Bye.